Tony, meaning Tony Fauci, does not want me to connect anything to him. And when asked by my colleagues, did you use personal email for official business, your answer was, I didn't think it was doing official business. And then just now you said, not intentionally.
On October 5, 2021, you wrote, Peter, I just got news that a FOIA picked up an email I sent you saying Tony commented that he was brain dead. I deleted that email, but I now learn that every email I ever got since 1998 is captured and will be turned over whether or not instantly deleted. On June 28, 2021, you wrote, Peter Daszak emailed me and Tony congratulating Tony on standing up for science. That email fell into the hands of the congressman, probably via FOIA, of someone who didn't delete it, as I did. Delete all of Peter's emails and others related to Origin. Mine was erased long ago. I verified that today, and I feel pretty sure Tony's was too.
You wrote on February 24th, 2021, you said, you were right, and I need to be more careful. However, as I mentioned once before, I learned from our FOIA lady here how to make emails disappear after I am FOIA'd. But before the search starts, so I think we are all safe. Plus, I deleted most of those earlier emails after sending them to Gmail.
But on February 24th, 2021, you wrote, quote, I learned from our FOIA lady here how to make emails disappear after I'm FOIA'd, but before the search starts. So I think we are all safe. Plus, I deleted most of those earlier emails after sending them to Gmail, end quote. And the next day on February 25th, 2021, you wrote, quote, but I learned the tricks last year from an old friend, Marge Moore, who heads our FOIA office and also hates FOIAs, end quote.
In emails reviewed by the Select Subcommittee, you described laboratory-related origin theories as conspiracy theories and have said that considering these theories is, quote-unquote, wasting time and, quote-unquote, being crazy.
On August 27, 2020, after NIH was awarded a $7.5 million grant to EcoHealth Alliance, you wrote to him and you asked, do I get a kickback? Too much fooking, F-O-O-K-I-N-G, money. Do you deserve it all? Question mark. Let's discuss.
January 18th, you testified that you did not have any conversations with Dr. Fauci regarding EcoHealth. On October 25th, 2021, you wrote, quote, Peter, from Tony's numerous recent comments to me, they're trying to protect you, end quote. You meaning EcoHealth and Dr. Daszak.
Something does not seem right here. It's very unsettling to me.
Also wrote on June 16, 2020, you said the FOIAs are dreadful and paranoia-inducing. In the old days, we had to do them ourselves by hand. I mean, finding and printing out thousands of emails coming in and going out. Now, they sometimes FOIA text messages, too. Many FOIAs turn up thousands of pages of docs, and of course, most of meaningless. We are all smart enough to know to never have smoking guns. And if we did, we wouldn't put them in emails. And if we found them, we'd delete them.
Email from Peter to you. Attached is a single sheet with bullets explaining why Dr. Tabak was wrong and hopefully convincing folks at NIH to stop criticizing EHA's reporting compliance. Please don't share this letter yet. We'll edit that and get it to NIH by Tuesday, hopefully. You replied, Peter, this is an excellent draft. I will suggest some wordsmithing tweets later today. He said, thanks for the comments, David. I'll incorporate them today.
On April 21st, 2021, you wrote that Dr. Fauci is, quote, too smart to let colleagues send him stuff that could cause trouble, end quote. On June 16th, 2020, you wrote, we're all smart enough to know to never have smoking guns, and if we wouldn't put them in emails, and if we found them, we'd delete them.
Responded saying, thanks for the kind words, and of course there's a kickback, period.
On April 21, 2021, you wrote, I can either send stuff to Tony Fauci on his private email or hand it to him at work or at his house.
On April 18th, 2020, you wrote an email saying, Peter Daszak emailed me and Tony, congratulating Tony on standing up for science. That email somehow fell into the hands of the congressman, probably via a FOIA of someone who didn't delete it, as I did, delete all of Peter's emails and others relating to the origin when the shit started hitting the fan. Anyway, the congressman got a copy of Peter D's emails from someone at NIH, and he now wants to get any reply Tony and I or anyone else may have sent back to Peter. Mine was erased long ago. I verified that today, and I feel pretty sure Tony's was too. The best way to avoid FOIA hassles is to delete all emails when you learn a subject is getting sensitive. In any case, there's nothing here except opportunities to hassle, harass, and huff and puff.
On October 25th, 2021, another scientist wrote, quote, David is concerned about the privacy of text and other messages from his cell phone to you and me because he has been using a government phone. This came from Tony, end quote.
January 18, you were asked if you ever assisted in the drafting of correspondence that Dr. Daszak sent to the National Institutes of Health regarding EcoHealth's terminated grant. You answered no. On January 18, you were asked if you ever provided advice to Dr. Daszak regarding his grant termination. You answered no. In your Gmail on March 29, 2001, you responded to Dr. Daszak with edits to a letter that he sent to the NIH. On October 25, 2021, you responded to Dr. Daszak that you would edit an EcoHealth press release regarding the grant termination. On April 28, 2020, you responded to Dr. Daszak with edits to an EcoHealth press release regarding the grant termination. On October 25, 2021, you provided Dr. Daszak with advice regarding preparing a timeline regarding EcoHealth's late five-year report submission. On December 7, 2021, you wrote to the chair of EcoHealth's board of directors to, quote, put in a word, end quote, for Dr. Daszak. Did you ever advise Dr. Daszak on how to respond to NIH compliance actions? Yes.
P.S. I forgot to say there is no worry about FOIAs. I can either send stuff to Tony on his private email or hand it to him at work or at his house. He's too smart to let colleagues send him stuff that could cause trouble. Next email from you said, I suggested Arthur try to interview Tony, meaning Tony Fauci, directly and connected him to our secret back channel. He emailed Tony a few hours ago. Next email from you. I forgot to clarify in my email yesterday that both my Gmail and phone calls are now safe. Text is not, as it can be FOIA'd, as can my great government email. So you and Peter Daszak, and others should be able to email me on Gmail only, with the caveat that no other government employee is copied at a government address, as all government emails are potentially FOIAble. Next email from you. This is sent from my Gmail account. Please send all replies here to Gmail. There are things I can't say except Tony is aware, and I have learned that there are ongoing efforts within NIH to steer through this with minimal damage to you, Peter, and colleagues, and to NIH and NIAID. Next email, Jerry. My private Gmail account is where I sent this from after forwarding to myself from my NIH account. Please try to send only to my Gmail, as we are doing a couple weeks ago, but I messed up a few times and sent them from my NIH account because on my phone the two are merged. And then when you respond by hitting reply, it goes to NIH. After some recent issues, I'm going to try to strictly use only my Gmail in these discussions. Then the next email. I learned from our FOIA lady here how to make emails disappear after I FOIA'd, but before the search starts. So I think we are all safe. But I deleted most of these earlier emails after sending them to Gmail. Next email. With the help of our IT folks, I went over the whole computer and phone situation. Basically, my Gmail is now safe from FOIA. Thus, it should be safe to communicate safely with you, Peter, and others as long as we use my private email, Gmail. I ask you both that nothing in large letters, cap letters, gets sent to me except to my Gmail.
This was on August 27th, 2020, after you were talking about covering up for Tony. You said, of course, there's a kickback. And then you also referenced a kickback on August 27th, 2020. You said, do I get a kickback? Too much fucking money? Do you deserve it all? Let's discuss.
Did you ever edit a letter Dr. Daszak sent to NIH in response to a compliance action?
Well, I must have. I don't remember it, but I saw such a letter. I don't know what it was, but apparently I helped him do it. But
September 7th, 2021, you wrote to Dr. Daszak in an email titled, "For urgent review, questions raised by EcoHealth Alliance grant proposal." You wrote, "Do not worry. Behind the scenes, NIH is sticking up for EcoHealth." That's a quote. And proceeded to forward internal NIH communications to Dr. Daszak.
Sir, I believe you have lied here today to us, to Congress, when you say, oh, I didn't know this, I didn't intentionally use my Gmail. Are you kidding me?
Wrote on October 5th, 2021, Peter, I just got news that the FOIA picked up an email I sent you saying that Tony commented he was brain dead. Jokingly, of course. However, Ron Johnson is all over it, and now after me. Tony will be pissed, rightfully so. I deleted the email, but I now learned that every email I ever got since 1998 is captured and will be turned over whether or not I instantly deleted it. Gmail, phone, text, I need to scrupulously rely on those exclusively. On July 22nd, 2020, this one was actually pretty interesting. I am actually imbibing a double, or is it a triple, martini at the moment. Not sure of the amount of ETOH because I just poured until my elbow got sore. But the olive at the bottom is hard to see. No hot tub in my condo. I tried to negotiate a jacuzzi, but they balked and I caved. In any case, now that I am divorced, what good is a hot tub or jacuzzi? If I am lucky enough to find a girlfriend, I will spring for a jacuzzi, upgrade my wine cooler, get a mattress that will take more of a pounding, and stop working so hard. In the meantime, I will work at my job of trying to make the boss look good.
I think you're going to be haunted by your testimony today. And it's unfortunate. It's all on the record.
Sir, did you use in most of these emails your official signature? It said, David M. Moorens, O.D., N-I-A-I-D, N-I-H. These were official.
well,
Sir, I'm sorry. I just don't believe you. And I yield back.
Ranking member, I mean, if this were not laughable, it would be laughable.